If you ask who the richest twins in the world are, the Olsen twins will come up. If you ask who is famous, they will come up too. Kate and Ashley Olsen are probably the most popular and influential twins of the 21st century. Ashley Olen won most of us over with their amazing skill and ability to become the best versions of themselves, from the TV show Full House to making a multi-million-dollar doll business. Many people thought the twins' path would be easy, but it hasn't been. They've had to deal with a lot of problems along the way, and now that they're at a level that most people can't even imagine, there are shocking new details about their lives that have fans speechless. Let's look at the rise of the girls. Ashley and Kate were born on June 13, 1986, in Sherman Oaks, California. Their dad, David, and mom, Journey, welcomed Ashley first, and then Kate came 2 minutes later. Full House. The twins joined their older brother Trent in the family of 3. A number of years later, their baby sister Elizabeth was born. Their dad was a mortgage banker and their mom was a manager. Their mom's job put her in touch with many people in Hollywood. For example, she was friends with a casting agent who worked on the TV show Full House, and it was this agent who told her that their agency needed kids too. Jaren sent in a picture of her girls when she heard about the show's openings, which got them an audition. The producers were so impressed that they chose the Olsen twins to play Michelle Tanner on Full House in 1987, even though they were only 6 months old at the time. Many people don't like the idea of having babies on set. John Stamos, who played Uncle Jesse, was famous for getting so fed up with the babies' behavior that he fired them and hired new ones. He said it happened during an episode where Dave and I were changing. We were carrying the baby downstairs. I think I had my hand on their armpits and Dave had his on their little feet. We took her into the kitchen, washed her, put a fan on her, and wrapped her in paper towels. She was screaming, and they both wanted to be somewhere else. As I said, they were 11 months old and God bless them, but they kept switching. Stamos said he couldn't handle it at the time, so he made his choice. "This is not going to work, guys," I screamed 10 times. "Get rid of them. I can't work like this." After the twins left, the producers brought in some red-haired kids, but the cast tried to keep the show going with them, but it didn't work after just a few days. The producers had to fire the replacements. Stamos said, "We tried the other kids, but they weren't attractive." I told the producers, "Bring the Olsen twins back. These kids are terrible." It was a day or something, so they had to bring the twins back. They started filming when they were 9 months old, and they took turns playing the parts so the show could follow strict laws against child labor. They were able to do this because they were twins, their baby teeth fell out at different times, so they had to wear false teeth to make sure they looked the same in the scenes they switched in after their first break. The girls made a crazy amount of money from their unintentional careers, but things weren't going well at home. Their mother had started their TV career on purpose, and it was now making her a lot of money. So now they had to decide whether to keep the girls in front of the camera to make more money or let them be normal kids and lose that source of income. The problem was that no one knew who made the decision to keep the kids in the spotlight, Jay or David, but that's what happened. The twins stayed on Full House for all 8 seasons. If you think about it, the twins grew up right there on TV. When the show ended in 1995, their parents also got divorced. Some reports say that the fact that their young twins stayed on TV may have been a factor in their split. David later remarried and had 2 more children, Courtney Taylor and Jake, who are half-siblings of the twins from his second marriage. Not many people know that after Full House ended in 1995, the twins tried to become TV stars again. They also hoped to get acting jobs while they were at Campbell Hall School in Los Angeles. Thanks to the success of Full House, it wasn't long before the twins were in their first movie, It Takes Two, with Steve Guttenberg and Kirstie Alley. The twins also started a show called You're Invited to Marry Kate and Ashley. After many months, they were in an episode of All My Children. You should know that the twins were on Full House for years, and because the show ran for so long, it made them very popular. So sometimes they would just show up as guests, like they did on Sister in 1997. The next year, they came back to TV with a new show called Two of Our Children. Christopher Sober played their father on ABC. The show only had 1 season, but it was shown again and again on cable for a few years. In the early 2000s, the twins played troublemakers Sue and Carol Murphy in an episode of Seventh Heaven. The next year, they starred in two new shows. Little Time, a live-action comedy on Fox Family, and Mary-Kate and Ashley in Action, an ABC Saturday morning cartoon, were both canceled after only one season. Mary-Kate was nominated for a Daytime Emmy Award for her role in So Little Time. At age 16, the twins made it onto Forbes' list of the world's most famous teenagers. They were huge stars before they were 18 years old, and they were on the Celebrity 100 list. In early 2004, the twins had small voice roles in an episode of The Simpsons, and by the end of the year, they were the stars of their second movie, New York Minute. But things started to change. The girls have always had a positive attitude. When New York Minute came out, it did badly at the box office, and critics weren't nice to it at all. Then, around their 18th birthday, Mary-Kate had to defend herself against rumors about her weight loss. She denied them in public, saying that they weren't related to an eating disorder. In reality, her family had been supporting her for a long time, and her father and a therapist sent her to a treatment center right after she graduated from high school, which helped her get better. She talked about getting through her problems and said that everyone has them, it's just a part of life. The hardest part is asking for help and being honest with other people. Being honest with yourself is a big part of why the twins decided to start their own business when they were 18. They started making perfumes and other fashion accessories that they knew teens would like, and they became co-presidents of the company together. They then added a clothing line for teenage girls that you can find in Walmart stores across North America. That year, they got a lot of good press when they promised to give all Bangladeshi workers who sew their clothes full maternity leave. The twins were praised for their dedication to worker rights, which seemed to make them even more determined to go into fashion full-time as they got older. They chose to start their own couture fashion label called Row, after Savile Row in London. Their style was called a chic or bohemian bourgeois by fashion experts, and many said it looked a lot like the fancy and casual look that Kate Moss and Sienna Miller made popular in the UK. Major tabloids praised the twins as fashion icons for creating this unique homeless style, which included big sunglasses, boots, loose sweaters, and flowy skirts. Despite this early praise, the twins had a hard time getting into the fashion industry. Of course, when people heard that the Olsen twins were people were interested because the twins were branching out and getting into fashion. They already had great personalities. People said they were very kind, polite, timely, and super. Even though they were professionals, some people still didn't believe them when they showed a few out-of-the-box pieces at their first fashion show and it went well. Some critics thought it was just luck and that it would only happen once. Luckily, those people were very wrong. A fashion industry expert who saw it. The twin style, she said they were very smart and that they had really thought this through. She said they started out by making great t-shirts, saw a need in the market, and changed their business to fill that need. Riding the wave of their unexpected success in 2007, the twins launched Elizabeth and James, an up-to-date collection based on their own vintage collection, and a line of girly clothes for JCPenney. That same year, the Olsen twins published the book Influence, which is a collection of interviews with the biggest names in fashion. Forbes also ranked them as the 11th richest women in entertainment. With a net worth of about $100 million, they were one of Hollywood's biggest exports. At that time, the twins were still appearing on the TV show Weeds. In fact, Mary-Kate was on the ABC comedy Samantha, where she played a damaged girl that Samantha tried to help. Also, both women continued their educations and went to the Gallatin School of Individualist Study at New York University. In March 2012, both Mary-Kate and Ashley said they wanted to stop acting and focus on their fashion careers. Their conversations about she didn't remember the experience in a good way. In an interview, she called herself and her sister little monkey performers. When I look at old pictures of myself, I don't feel like it's me, she said. I wouldn't want anyone to have the same childhood as mine. Mary-Kate's feelings about her early rise to fame helped explain why their younger sister Elizabeth, who is now a Marvel star, quit being in the twins' films when she was only 10 years old and chose to focus on her studies instead. The twins did say that if they worked on films together again, they would be directors. Since films aren't being made right now, fashion is taking the lead. In August 2013, the twins launched a new clothing line. In Oslo, Norway, while their other brand, Ro, was a big hit and worn by the most important people in fashion, everyone knew about and loved it. Someone even said, it's like finding a hidden gem when you see how many influential, accomplished, wealthy women mainly. It wasn't a surprise when the Council of Fashion Designers of America named the Olsen Twins Women's Wear Designers of the Year in 2012 for their work on the Ro. 2 years later, the CFDA named the Olsen Twins Accessories Designers of the Year for their work on the Ro, and in 2015, they were again named Women's Wear Designers of the Year. Reports say that the Ro brand sold out before it even went on sale. It was always sold at full price. What surprised most people, though, was how they had built such a huge business without using traditional marketing. The Ro wasn't known for advertising its products, and the twins themselves didn't take part in the getting to know you part of the industry. It was well known that they don't go to events, rarely walk the red carpet, and don't chase after models. According to experts, the Olsen twins' level of success was virtually unheard of, so they chose not to be a part of that scene. This shocked the experts, who said that the twins' choice to stay out of the press was ultimately the smartest thing they could have done, to take their place. And it helped steer their business away from the typical celebrity brand image that gets harsh criticism from fashion experts. Many people find it almost funny that the twins became famous by doing things their own way, without really caring about playing the fame game. People were even more interested in and respectful of the twins when they said they wouldn't play Michelle Tanner again. This was because they loved their privacy and peace of mind. When J.N. Stamos announced that he would be working with Netflix to create and star in Fuller House, a spin-off of Full House that would bring back the original cast for 13 episodes, many fans were hoping that the twins would come back. To their surprise, the twins said no, but when Bob S., who played Danny Tanner on Full House, he died in 2022 after getting hurt in the head on a trip to Florida. The twins had to say something, so they did. They put out a statement saying Bob was the most loving, compassionate, and generous man. We are deeply saddened that he is no longer with us, but know that he will continue to be by our side to guide us, as smoothly as he always has. They were done with Full House for good, but they still remembered the friends they made on set and looked forward to their futures in business and with their partners. The twins' relationships went in different directions, but Ashley mostly stayed with the man she loved. She kept her personal life private, but the men she dated were mostly famous. She has been linked to several of them over the years. In the early 2000s, she began a serious relationship with Matt Kaplan, a former football star at Columbia University who went on to become a successful film producer and the CEO of Ace. After Ashley and Kaplan's breakup, she had short relationships with Scott Sartain, Jared Leto, Lance Armstrong, and Greg Chait. It wasn't until years later that she started a serious relationship with actor Justin Bartha. The couple was so committed that a source said the National Treasure actor was thinking about proposing, and soon after they got engaged. It was said that they were planning a big, expensive wedding in the south of France that would cost $1 million. However, Ashley's camp shot down the rumors, saying that Ashley is dating Justin Bartha and they are very happy, despite what some tabloids said. After being friends for years, the couple soon broke up, and an insider confirmed that Ashley had told him she was tired of waiting for him to settle down. Ashley started dating artist Louis Eisner from the Stillhouse Group in 2017. The couple kept their relationship quiet, but 2 years later, Ashley was seen wearing a ring on her left hand during a romantic outing. They walked the red carpet together for the first time at the Yes 20th anniversary party in September 2021. It was Ashley's first public appearance in almost 2 years. The couple was said to have gotten married in December 2022 and had a baby boy a few months before the wedding. Mary-Kate, on the other hand, had it worse and, like her sister, has tried to keep. Even though it was private, people knew about her other relationships because she dated famous people. She dated Greek shipping heir Stavros Naros I and French banker Olivier. Mary-Kate didn't start dating seriously until she took a break from acting her first movie. Max Winkler, Henry Winkler's son, was Mary-Kate's short-term boyfriend in Hollywood. After that, she dated David Kinberg, Henry Winkler's son, for almost a year before going to NYU and breaking up with him. While she was there, she dated a rich guy from Greece named Naros for 5 months before breaking up with him. Mary-Kate stopped going to school for a while when Naros started dating Paris Hilton. She even told him after they broke up that she missed him and still loved him, even though they don't talk anymore. When she moved back to Los Angeles, she started dating photographer Max Snow, but their relationship ended in less than a year. After that, she was linked to artist Olen. Mary-Kate started dating Olivier Saros after her breakup with Olen. Saros is the half-brother of former French President Nicolas Saros. When Mary-Kate and Saros started dating, they kept their relationship quiet for 8 years. Fans didn't know much about their relationship because there weren't many stories in gossip magazines or on social media. If Mary-Kate and Saros were seen in public, they would act like they were not dating. They met at different social events and sports events in New York City and got married in 2015, which surprised fans. 2 years after the wedding, Mary-Kate, who is 16 years older than Saros, became a stepmother to his 2 children from his previous marriage. In a rare interview with a magazine, she talked about how she balances work and family life with her then husband and 2 stepchildren. "I have a husband, 2 stepchildren, and a life. I need to go home and make dinner." Mary-Kate and Saros were married for almost 5 years before she asked for a quick divorce. People who knew them said they couldn't agree on things like how they lived their jobs and having kids, which is what caused them to split up. It took them almost a year to officially end their marriage, even though she stayed out of the public eye. Fans said she won 3rd place in a horse riding competition in Rome called the Line Global Champions Tour in September 2021. Since her divorce from French businessman Olivier Saros, Mary-Kate has kept her love life quiet, but she has been seen on occasion. In 2023, she was seen at the airport in PTO Vacate, Mexico on May 9, 2023, enjoying her vacation in the sun. In June 2023, she was seen at the airport in PTO Vacate, Mexico, enjoying her vacation in the sun. Was seen having lunch in New York City near Central Park with an Australian art dealer named Paul Charles Vallombrosa. It was later reported that she was dating him. Ash, on the other hand, is enjoying her personal life by being a great wife to her husband Louis and a good mom to her son, no matter how hard the twins try. They try to avoid cameras, but something always brings them back into the spotlight. Their sister Elizabeth Olsen, who has become famous for playing Scarlet Widow in Marvel movies like The Avengers and the show WandaVision, has to go to red carpet events and other events to promote her movies, and she often brings her famous sisters with her, like she did in 2016. More recently, the twins were seen on John Stamos's Instagram page when he posted a picture of the Full House cast at Saget's funeral. To see the famous Olsen twins, even though the picture is from a few weeks ago, they did share some exciting new information about their lives. After keeping it quiet for a while, they said they had found a place in France to open a second branch of their fashion company, The Row. They told Vogue, "We've been looking for years. We wanted to be in Paris before we opened in London, but we couldn't find anything here first. Then, 18 months ago, a friend told us about this place." For most fans, this was enough to know that the twins were still doing well and running their business. Business was good enough, even though we're sure some die-hard fans would love to see them back in the spotlight. Most people understand why the twins have chosen to limit their public appearances, which is why they continue to be respected. Mary-Kate and Ashley continue to inspire everyone who hears their story. How they went from being famous child stars to successful fashion moguls while staying private is still a mystery and a lesson to all.